Stadium in Dallas. Coaches like to say play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Louisville Cardinals and the SMU Mustangs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Guys, Louisville's head coach told me before the game, this running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and Coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And the Mustangs ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. From deep, it's Hughes. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Straight ahead, it's Jackson. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
They give it back to him. Pull down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Second down, gonna throw it. Here comes the heat. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on second and long. The Cardinals are moving quickly down the field. On the run, it's Jackson. Breaks into the open. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. This time they'll throw it. Trying to escape and get it himself. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. And the Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Single back formation, and they give it to him. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. All right, guys, let's talk for a minute about Louisville. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are. And
got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the score came on an impressive run from the 20. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Changing the routes with his receiver. Using his legs, it's Henderson. All over him immediately.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They go play action with Hawkins. Looking down the middle. Right side, it's Hale. And they swarm him under.
Hey, these wide receivers are so athletic out wide now. You're so worried about getting beat deep. And these slant routes, they can be a good changeup. I mean, just a couple steps, stick your foot in the ground, come inside. It might not be huge gains all the time, but, man, it keeps that DB off balance.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Bush is ahead. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And obviously it's still early in this football game, but after giving up a touchdown on the first drive and then coming out, like the worst thing you can do as an offense is go 3 and out and put your defense right back on the field. So that was a big 3rd down to kind of settle them down and give them some more opportunities.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, and the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Throwing, Hawkins. He'll pull it down. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that 3rd down.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the 1st down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Out wide left, it's Henderson. Oh, he's got some space. Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. That's the end of the period, and Louisville has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So first down here as they go back to work. On the move, it's Henderson. Maybe a crease. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
The Mustangs have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And the Mustangs in the hurry-up. Trying to power it in. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Mustangs!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he puts through the extra point. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Deep in the end zone, it's Hughes. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Cardinals offense headed out to go to work. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Keeps it himself. Now the pitch. They bring him down. The option run to perfection, and it will move the chains. The Cardinals will have it 1st and 10. They'll try the counter. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Escapes the pressure to his right. Did the work himself. Slides past the sticks, and he converts on 2nd and long. Great awareness on the scramble.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Brown. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Yeah, and he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Well, this defense is extremely disciplined. Right there, first down, screen pass. It doesn't fool them. Nice play.
Big loss on the last play threatens to knock this drive off course. It's 2nd and 16. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him with that last play. Now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
Snap from the gun on third down. Under pressure. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Mustangs call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. They're all over him. He's on the move. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. SMU spends his second timeout here. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Right down the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Well, it was an amazing effort to make that catch on third down. Unfortunately, not picking up the first. I think if it had been a little bit more of an accurate throw, maybe he would have been able to do something with it, maybe make a guy miss and get upfield. Give him credit, though. It's a great catch, and now it gives the head coach an opportunity to make a big-time decision here on fourth.
Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. Timeout is called, and they got it just in the nick of time before the delay of game penalty. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Cardinals will try to pick it up on fourth down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. He wants it all. Touchdown, Cardinals. Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Hawkins. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Look out! And to get rid of it quickly. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. From the gun on third down, Hawkins. Oh, pressure's coming. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3-and-out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Looking for room. It's Jackson. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Right back to the well. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. And this one will be a 57-yard attempt. He'll unleash it from the right hash. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. We begin with a look at North Carolina taking on the Colorado State Rams. And it's the Tar Heels on top right now as they look to move to 6-2. We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly from this group, and yet here they are, very much in the mix in their league.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready. They're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Just smothered on the play.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Hawkins. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Got his man. Down he goes.
God, he's annoying to play against. You think about it as a defense, I'm trying to cage you in, trying to keep you in the pocket, and then he's just whoop, 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 spinning all over the place, getting outside the pocket, making plays, and then you got to go chase him again and again and again. Just wears you out.
They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Hawkins from the gun on 3rd down. And he avoids the sack. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. 4th down, Hawkins. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
What a big stop for this defense. In the second half, around midfield, you can set your offense up for success right here on this drive by getting that big 4th down stop.
Got the first down. There he goes. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. The Cardinals, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll ride the hot hand. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a 2nd and long. And the Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Jackson. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Cardinals! The offense cashing it in on that drive. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
The Mustangs will hustle to the line.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half. Almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Out wide right, it's Hale. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs. Running inside, it's Jackson.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
The give to the back. Past the 6. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. So first down will open up the final period. The run inside. It's Jackson. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
I'll tell you what, offenses nowadays, the throw game, they feel so comfortable with it, even late in ball games. Don't worry about the clock. They're not worried about that because they know the execution rate is so high. They get the big 4th down here in the 4th quarter.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've...
He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville! That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Mustangs offense is ready to go on the attack. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Hawkins unloads to the wideout. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
At the 45 on his way. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. And the Mustangs with the 1st and 10. Throwing, Hawkins. Rush right in his face. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Quarterback changing the play. They just keep firing. Rush is on. Intercepted to stop the threat. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Brown to begin the drive. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Free yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Fresh set of downs going up top. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Picked off to stop the threat.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the drive.
Hawkins. The short hands. It's Singleton. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
Throws to the wideout. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
From the gun on third down, Hawkins. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
You know, you hear the term nickel so much. Most people stay in nickel most of the time because of all the speed in college football and the running quarterback. And you see why it pays dividends. More speed on the field when the QB does take off to go get him on the ground.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Left side is Singleton. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Mustangs, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Grabbed over the middle. It's Provo. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Throwing, Hawkins. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on 4th down again. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Finds his target. Runs through the tackle. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Making the adjustment. Scanning the field, it's Hawkins. Escapes the pressure going right. Looking to get it in. He's down at one, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Hawkins. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, SMU. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
And he makes the extra point. Stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest. I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. One more time, it's Brown. And after the short run, the clock hits 0, and we are all wrapped up here. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.